What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as Mental Healness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about, is it possible to love a narcissist? Do narcissists deserve your love? And things like that. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe for more. Thank you. Is it possible to love a narcissist? Yes. I think the better question would be, is it possible to love a narcissist and get equal love, kindness, and affection in return? And the answer to that question is going to be no. Because the dynamics of a narcissist relationship will say that there's never going to be equal input and output. You're not going to get out what you put into it. You'll be putting in a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of energy to get less than that back from the narcissist. Is it possible to love somebody like that without actually losing yourself? Is it worth loving somebody like that when you stand the possibility of losing yourself, losing your identity, and losing every bit of your self-worth? Because you can fight hard, you can love as hard as you want to, but you cannot outlove the trauma that made somebody a narcissist. You just don't have the ability to do that. No one does. The narcissist has to love themselves and care about themselves enough to go to therapy or do something like that, which very, very few do. I hope this helps. So yeah, I know that video might have taken you aback or whatever. You might hate me right now, but plot twist. Narcissistic people are deserving of love. They are, but not if they are treating you terribly. Y'all try to love everybody through all the terrible things that they do to you. You constantly forgive these people because you have a lot of empathy. You feel for them. They had a bad childhood, blah, 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 boo, 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 beep, beep, beep. It keeps happening over and over and over again because you are expecting this person to change. You're expecting, because you're giving this person a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of attention, a lot of affection or whatever. You expect if you pour more into them, you get more out of them. But that is not true when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, because you pour more into them. Nobody's pouring into you. You'll eventually lose yourself. So the question postulated itself, is it possible to love a narcissist and not lose yourself? No. No, it is not possible to love a narcissistic person, a toxic person, and not lose yourself. Especially the longer the relationship goes on, the less you'll recognize yourself, the more your identity will come into question. Because narcissistic people typically destroy your identity over time, y'all. They just do. It just kind of comes with the territory when you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people. That's what it does. So is it possible to love a narcissist? Yes, absolutely yes. But are they deserving of that love? Are their behavior, are they reciprocating the love that you're giving to them? Are they there for you when you need them? Are you there for you? Because you're there for them, right? A lot of people, you get into these relationships, right? And you think love is the heal all, love is the be all. And y'all think I'm just gonna love this person through this time and they're gonna be there for me. No. If you're dealing with a narcissist, it doesn't work that way. You're going to love that person through whatever situation they're going through, and they're going to leave you for somebody else because they're going to feel like you're emotionally bankrupt now. They're going to feel like you have no more emotional energy to give to them, and they're going to leave you for someone else that they feel like fits them better right now because you've changed. You're not the same person you're not the same person that you were when they first met you. When y'all first got together, you've changed because you have. I know what you're gonna say. I've changed. We changed, but Lee, we changed because of them. You changed because you stayed in a toxic relationship dynamic, and a lot of you didn't understand it, but now you do. Now you do understand the toxic relationship dynamic that you were in, and some people choose to stay in it. And like I said, this is not me judging you. This is me just telling you choosing to stay in a toxic relationship dynamic. And I know the trauma bond exists. I do, but there's countless people. Thousands of people that have successfully broken the trauma bond because they chose to break the trauma bond. They chose to take their power back and get out of the dynamic. And some people choose not to break the trauma bond. Some people choose, sometimes the trauma bond is stronger for people depending on your lifestyle, depending on your circumstances, your situation and things like that. So if you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, understand that narcissistic people are in it for them. At first, they might be in it for you. But eventually, they're going to get tired of holding up the facade of wanting to do everything that you want to do. And they're going to want to do things for themselves. And once they start doing everything for themselves, they're going to start to disconnect from you emotionally. So yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely possible to love a narcissist. But is it possible to love a narcissist without losing the essence of who you are? without losing the essence of yourself, your identity. Like, you don't recognize yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. You look into the mirror, you don't know who you are anymore because you decided to love this person more than you love yourself, which is the issue with a lot of narcissistic toxic relationships. A lot of people get into these relationships and you end up loving that person more than you love yourself. Because when I'm doing my one-on-ones over Zoom and things like that, people say it all the time. I love this person more than anything. I said, and I ask, like, well, you love them more than you love yourself? Like, yes. Why don't they love me back? Because they feel like if you love them more than you love yourself, why do they need to love you back? Why do they need to give you anything back? You already love them more than you love yourself when they're not giving you anything back. Why do they need to do that? Honestly, why do they need to love you any more than why do they need to give you any more than what they are giving you when you are already accepting this from them? Because I know what you're going to say. A lot of people get into these narcissistic relationships and you apply your mindset to how narcissistic people should react and should act and should behave and things like that, when that is not going to happen. It's just not. And I know people look at me and they're like, well, Lee, you're giving me hope that my narcissistic person can change. But when I open my mouth, I tell you I'm still a narcissist. 5 years of therapy, 10, 15 years of personal development. Or have they done that? Are they willing to do that? No, they're not. They stop holding out hope that that's going to happen. When you're dealing with narcissistic people, you either have to accept them for who they are right now because they're not going to change, or you have to leave them. There's no in between. You have to accept them for who you are and control your behaviors and your reactions and how you deal with them, or you have to bounce. Where's the middle ground at, y'all? Where's the middle ground? The middle ground is like, well, we meet in the middle and they change a little bit. No, they change a little bit for a little while to make you happy, to get you to drop your guard, and then they go back to normal. So is it possible to love a narcissist? Again, yes, but is it possible to do this and remain healthy with yourself, to remain in a healthy relationship dynamic with yourself? No, you can't. You can't have that. One of my friends, I seen, she responded to the video I posted. She was like, what if we just love them a little bit less, so we won't be as disappointed? And I was just like, that just sounds like she's like, what if we love them a little less? Would that work that way? I like, that just sounds like a recipe for disappointment and unfulfillment. That sounds like you're choosing to be unhappy just as long as you have this person. Well, I'm a little bit happy, with this person, and I just don't get my hopes up anymore. Like, that's, again, y'all do what you want to do, but to me, that just sounds like being willfully unhappy. But at least I'm with this person. At least I'm not by myself. At least I have them, because I've invested so much time into this relationship that at least we're still together. Y'all, the older generations stayed together regardless of how toxic the relationship is, and now you see narcissism is more prevalent than ever. And do y'all think that's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that narcissistic personality disorder and narcissistic traits are at an all-time high right now in society, and with the older generations being forced to stay together, religious, job-wise, whatever, financial abuse, whatever reason they decided to stay together, because the optics, it might look bad in church or whatever, whatever reason they decided to stay together. Do y'all think them staying together in a toxic household and raising children in a toxic household, you don't think that had anything to do with how many narcissistic people there are in the world today at all? I'm just telling y'all, you people go into these relationships and you see that you're not getting equal out. I mean, if y'all are okay, some people, and I talk to people, they're like, well, if it can't be 50-50, if we can't meet in the middle, well, I'm willing to do 70-30 as long as I have this person. I'm willing to do 80-20. I'm willing to do 90-10. As long as they give me something back, I'm happy. That sounds like you're a victim of intermittent reinforcement, of breadcrumbing. So many people lose themselves so much in these relationships that narcissistic people, they withhold everything from you. So when they do it every once in a while, it feels a lot better. A hug feels like has a lot more relevance to it when you haven't gotten hugged in 6 months. So one hug or one I love you every 6 months is better than nothing, right? That's what a lot of people get caught up in, these dynamics, and rather be unhappy with them than to be unhappy without them. That's a trauma bond, y'all, and it's hard to break. I tell people all the time, it's just like, look, you're going to live the life that you want to live. I can't control that. Only thing I can do is provide you the information, provide you the perspective, and provide you the mindset of a narcissistic person. You have to make the decisions otherwise. I know people think I'm out here trying to break up families and stuff like that. No, I'm out here just providing information. I'm not breaking up families. Like I'm gonna say, if y'all raising kids in a toxic household, that's up, you know. So I'm gonna cut this thing short, y'all, because I had to get our. It's late in the afternoon. What time is it? It's 4:05 p.m. This is late recordings. You see, I'm not in my studio just yet. I'm at home. So anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all, because as much as y'all learn from me, I promise you, I learn even more from you. Stay tuned for more, like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace. And y'all, come to the live in-person meetup, July 23rd, 2022 at the Honeysuckle at Lakewood in Durham, North Carolina. July 23rd, live in-person meet and greet. Me, Raw Motivations, one of the other self-aware narcissists, psychologist Carrie McAvoy, PhD, two survivors, Lisa Sunny and Bree at Abuse is Abuse. It's going to be a very, very good event, y'all. Live and in person, July 23rd, Durham, North Carolina. Y'all see it in the background, Bull City, Durham, North Carolina, July 23rd, 2022, because y'all may be watching this video later in the future or whatever. So thank y'all for tuning in again. Love, like and subscribe for more. Mental illness is out for real this time. Peace.